Hello everyone, welcome into another Genshin Impact video. Today I wanna start a new series called Lost 50/50s, where we talk about the characters that you get whenever you lose a 50/50. So for example, you're summoning on the new shiny banner with Ayato, and you get Diluc. What you gonna do? You're gonna skip him? You're gonna build him? Do you like his playstyle? This video is gonna explain all the basics, his attacks, his skills, how to play him. And if you enjoyed that playstyle, you can give it a try. In this first episode, I'm going to talk about Diluc in particular, so let's get started. So first of all, Diluc is a Claymore user, and his Ascension stat is critical rate. That means that it's very easy to build around that stat in particular, and it's not really hard to build Diluc at all. As for weapons, I suggest you get the Blackleaf Slasher, which is probably the best 4-star you can give to him if you wanna spend your Masterless Star Glitter on the shop. If you don't want to, you can use the Prototype Archaic, another great option, since you can craft it at the forge. You can also get the Serpent Spine from the Battle Pass if you're planning on buying that. You can use the Lytic Blade, which is another amazing option if you plan on using dual characters. Or if you have any of the 5-stars, they're just amazing, especially these two. They just give him a lot of attack. They are just great stat 6, and if you have the Wolf Case, you can also get 40% more attack for all your party members, so that's always nice. And yes, there's the fish. If you want to use the fish for the memes, do that. You have a roasted fish as a weapon. That's gonna be fun. Then for artifacts, if you can get a 4-piece set Crimson Witch of Flames, that is the best set you can use on Diluc. But if you cannot, just use 2 Gladiator or 2 Shimenawa. That's completely fine. It just gives you 18% more attack. And don't worry if you don't get the perfect artifacts. Mine aren't either. I'm like using an attack piece here, so my Golbat is not Pyro, and I can still do a lot of damage with him. As for Constellations, I've got Constellation 2. Since, well, I've been summoning a lot and I lost a lot of 50/50s. But don't worry, I won't be focusing on Constellations because they're nothing crazy. You get a bit of damage out of them, but it's not something I will focus on. As for talents, he has his normal attacks, that is a 4-hit combo, that has nice multipliers, and has a weird charge attack. It's not the usual one where you spin, it's actually wave thingy, just wave your sword in front of you a lot. And he has a talent for that increases the duration and reduces stamina consumption for his charge attack. This is just a passive talent, so you always have this one active. As for his E, it's a 3-hit combo that you can use without cooldowns 3 times. And it starts having a cooldown whenever you don't cast it for a while, or if you do all the 3 combos. So if I do this, I can then wait a bit, do it again, wait a bit, do it again, and now the cooldown starts. And this is a way to cancel your normal attacks animation. And you're gonna use this a lot to just stay in the fight. For example, you can just spam your normal attacks, do 4 hit, then use your E, do again 4 attacks, you use your E again, and do that once more. And now the cooldown is really low, because the cooldown starts as soon as you press E. And if I don't do anything for the next few seconds, the cooldown starts. And then we have his burst, which is basically just a huge bird that flies in front of him and deals damage at the start, during the flight, and at the end of the flight. It's a very low cooldown of just 12 seconds, costs basically nothing, and also infuses your sword with Pyro. That means that you now deal Pyro damage for 8 seconds whenever you use your burst. But since you can unlock this Blessing of Phoenix passive talent, you will get another 4 seconds on the infusion, and also 20% more Pyro damage. You basically always have Pyro attacks, and you have 20% more Pyro damage. That's very good. Whenever you infuse the sword on Diluc, it remains infused even if you switch characters. So you can swap to, for example, Bennett, put down the ultimate, get the huge attack buff, then swap back to Diluc and continue attacking the enemy. So yeah, he's definitely a very versatile character. How you want to use Diluc is actually very simple. You're going to use your burst, which, I mean, looks very cool. And then you're going to attack 3 or 4 times, then use your E one time to cancel the animation, and just keep doing that. And last hit on my E, as you can see, I'm still attacking, and I can just straight up go into the E. So that's what you want to do. And the cooldown is going to be a little bit tight after a while, because, I mean, normal attacks are faster than the cooldown on his E. But you can still just keep attacking with him. Yeah, now I'm at the point where my cooldown is a bit longer. And now I'm going to showcase Diluc in floor 12. I'm going to fight the primordial baptismal bishops, so you can have a look at those enemies, because they're very annoying, because they also drain your energy. And the team I'm going to use, well, for the first half, is just going to be just an electro team to get rid of basically all the enemies super quick. The team I'm going to use is Diluc plus Sucrose to improve my pyro damage, as well as reducing the pyro resistance of the enemies, so that's always nice. Then I'm going to use Xingqiu to get a lot of hydro application, as well as Bennett, because pairing these two characters is just insane, and also gives me Fervent Flames, the pyro resonance. That means I get 25% more attack, and that's going to help a lot. So let's see what Diluc can do with this team. The card that I'm going to choose is this one, that restores 30% HP whenever I use an elemental burst. That's just because I don't want any more damage. And here we are with Diluc. So Bennett E, infusion with Sucrose. I'm going to do a couple to get them very close to each other. Okay, now double E here, plus Alt E into burst. And that's a sweet 67,000 damage. What you want to do now is just basically, again, use your normal attacks and use your E to cancel the animation of the last one, or the third one, doesn't really matter, just use them. Bennett, use a couple of E's on Sucrose, put down burst, and, I mean, I don't have the burst on Xingqiu, but you get the idea. And now let's see how the explosion does. Okay, I think I killed him first, so that's fine. Like, yeah, for example, now I switch to Xingqiu, my normal attacks are still dealing pyro, because his infusion lasts if you change character. I don't know why these enemies are so loud today. Yeah, so now I'm going to use Zone again, 55,000 damage. As you can see, it's not like crazy damage, but it's definitely servable. This is also very high level enemies in Abyss we're talking about, and they are meant to be very tanky. So again, Sucrose burst, Xingqiu burst, double E to get some energy. I think it didn't proc my sacrificial time. Let me use my burst again. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Diluc burst also launches enemy to the air, and that works with tons of enemies. You cannot do that to like ruin enemies, I think. They are very heavy and usually don't get launched to the air. Okay, we almost have 6 minutes left. That's 71,000 damage. Love that. The pyro application of Diluc is a weak one. That means he doesn't apply double stack of pyro, basically. He applies only one, while Xingqiu applies 2 stacks of hydro, and they just cancel out one of each other. So yeah, basically when I use my pyro skill, it only removes 1 of those stacks. Yeah, I got 2 stars, which again, against these high level enemies, not bad at all. Another thing you can do if you use Sucrose or any other Catalyst user in your team is giving them the best weapon in the game, which is basically the Thrilling Trace of the Dragon Slayer. This doesn't need to be level 90, can be literally level 1. That's what I'm using on my Barbara. And that gives the character you switch into 48% of their base attack. So that means that, for example, my Diluc has a base attack, which is the left one, of 943. That's 48% of this number. That gets added to my total attack. And also, yeah, I have a ton of attack, but again, Wolf Greystone plus Pyro Resonance, that's what you get. I'm going to swap to another weapon that I kind of prefer on Diluc, but only because my artifacts are different, and that gives me so much crit damage. I just enjoy this weapon too much. Okay, I want to showcase Diluc against a boss that basically gives him the most amount of damage per hit. That's going to be the Cryo Hypostasis. As we all know, he's just always Cryo, so he always melts pyro attacks. And that's what I'm gonna try. So let's see how much damage I can deal against the Cryo Hypostasis. Let's dodge those annoying attacks. There we go. Are you done? Perfect. So Bayonet E, that's just insane amount of damage. Okay, my E went from like 26 to 36,000. That's fine. And now I'm going to do my burst now. There we go. He's basically melted. So yeah, if you can melt the attacks, that would be amazing. Okay, time to test against a normal boss. Let's start with Bayonet plus a couple of E from Sucrose. And again, that's going to be what I'm going to do right now. So yeah, just 3 E's. He's dead. Yep, that's what you get from this team basically. He deals a ton of damage when the team works. Yeah, let's try on a bigger boss. Let's do the Primogear Bishop.
I'm sorry, Healers, but I really need energy, so.
And here we are against the Primogear Bishop. So let's wait for him to get up and scream and do his morning routine. So now I can go with this, go with this, go with this, go with this, double E to get energy back. Alright, and burst. That's lovely damage. And yeah, that's definitely more damage than before. He's also very hard to stagger as a character, that's always nice. And again, Bayonet burst, and do double E. Shincho burst. That's 65,000 damage, 62,000 damage. Yep, definitely better damage numbers now. That's what Bayonet gives to the party, tons and tons of damage. So, as you can see, not bad. Also having Shincho giving you those words gives you a lot of damage reduction, and they also heal you for a bit. That's very nice help. And get the rotation, Bayonet E, Sucrose to swirl, then you use Shincho, because his burst actually lasts a little bit longer than Bayonet, so you can swap to him first, get that done, then swap to Bayonet, because his burst only lasts for 12 seconds. And then go to Diluc, which will get almost 100% uptime from Shincho, but a little bit less from Bayonet because they have the same uptime duration. Alright guys, that was Diluc for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the video and it will help you not hate your lost 50-50. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments, and let me know if I also forgot anything about this character or moveset, or if you want me to showcase more bosses or enemies. Yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.
With froze, cold night and the winter hot cold. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Yeah, the end. Got to end it all on the weekend. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes.